have a choice. We don't
That's
have
right.
a choice. You hold the book, so.
Let's just say we're on the tarmac and we're gearing up for liftoff.
Well, I have to say that I just took a little bit longer to connect because I was watching the sky today. It has this bright star, and I took my app that lets me know which kind of constellations are and well whatever, and it seems like it's Saturn, and I really
So cool.
it's super cool. I mean, it's super bright and super big. It's Saturn, and yes, it seems
It's in the
like in
spot
March.
Venus usually is. So in that dawn area, if you guys can see
It's
it,
just
if you've
that
got a
in
clear
March,
sky.
I just read from National Geographic that in March, during March, Saturn, Venus, and Mars, I think it is, it will be lining up, and we will have a moon that is coming, like in the 18th of this month. That will be this huge moon as well. This month is
Super
really,
moon.
yeah, super moon, something like that. So I wanted to share that because today the sky looked beautiful today. It's Jupiter, says Tamara. Are you sure it's Jupiter? Says Tamara in the chat.
Jupiter and Saturn fighting it out.
Well,
All right. We're going to have to get a ruling from somebody.
I'm not sure, but I think Sun and Jupiter are conjunct. I don't know. Or it's got to, I mean, the Jupiter, I think the Sun just passed Jupiter. So if it was right at just before sunrise, it might have been Jupiter. It's my guess, but Saturn's pretty close too.
it's just that at the right that you were saying, I mean, yes, the sun is really lining up with Jupiter, but when you see like at the right side,
Yeah. I don't know.
it's the constellation of Capricorn, and then you have Saturn. I think it's Mars and which other one was what I mentioned?
Saturn would be rising before the Sun, as with
Yes,
Mars and Venus. And Jupiter is
Mars
right
and
there
Venus.
too, but it might be too close to the Sun to be visible. It's a good point.
Exactly. So it's probably Saturn. Well, it's fun to see the sky.
Today's lesson is love holds no grievances. This is one of the most famous lessons. You'll hear people talk about it over and over, and today we get to talk about it. It's going to be a treat. It's Wednesday, March 9th, about 6:40 in the morning. I'm so grateful you guys are here with me. Today, we're going to read lesson 68. Love holds no grievances. I'm going to read first from A Course in Miracles Workbook for Dummies. We have references on how to get the books in the ACA Morning Coffee link above. And if you feel like following along with us, you can join our group or one of the links above or anywhere else. Just about everywhere is going to lead back to this. We're doing our job right. Oh no. Dang it.
What happened? What happened?
I think I accidentally killed the wrong program. Hang on, let me just double check and make sure. I might have made a mistake thinking I made a mistake and not made a mistake.
Well, I do stop hearing music right now, so I don't know if you.
We are between songs. A brand new one's starting right now. That one's
That's
not the
it.
problem.
No, okay, that's it. I'm gonna just wait for you to check whatever you need to check. If you need me to go to.
No, you're great. I'm closing some programs. It's a good idea for me to close as many programs on this computer as I can. It works better. Works better for you guys that way. And this is the last
confusing.
one.
It's almost as confusing as all those planets running around all over the place.
Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, the moon, who knows what's going on. Down here on our planet, we're doing okay.
Well, they're trying to tune it. They're trying to tune into this group.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tune in Tokyo.
Absolutely.
All right, it appears that I was mistaken about making a mistake. Everything is great, so I'm going to keep moving forward.
So love holds no grievances.
Love holds no grievances. Dad, you ready?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Take us
Lesson
home, Captain.
68. Love holds no grievances. You, who were created by love itself, can hold no grievances. And know your higher self, your big S self, your true inner self. To hold grievances is to forget who you really are. To hold a grievance is to see yourself and other people as a body. To hold a grievance is to let the ego rule your mind and to condemn the body to death. Perhaps you do not yet fully realize just what holding grievances does to your mind. Holding grievances seems to split you off from your capital S source and make you unlike God, who is this source. Holding grievances makes you believe that God is like what you egoically think you have become. Because nobody can conceive of his creator as something completely unlike himself. A kernel of corn is not going to grow a tomato plant. Shut off from your higher self, which remains aware of its likeness to its creator, your higher self seems to be asleep. While your higher self seems to be asleep, it is the egoic part of your split mind that weaves illusions into your mind's sleep. So your egoic mind appears to be awake. Can all this misperception arise from holding grievances? Oh, yes, it can. For he who holds grievances denies he was created by love. And once somebody denies he was created by love, and they hold grievances against his creator, who's become fearful, in his ego's dream of hate. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? It is as sure that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own ego's image of lack, limitation, judgment, and separation. As it happens. There we go. That's a touchy volume knob there. It is certain that God created his children like himself, and he defined his children as part of God, their creator. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. It is as sure as those who hold grievances will forget who they are, as it is certain that those who forgive will remember who they really are. Would you not be willing to relinquish your grievances if you believed all of this were so? Perhaps you do not think you can let your grievances go. Your ability to let your grievances go, however, is simply a matter of motivation. Today, we will try to find out how you would feel without your grievances. If you succeed even by ever so little in letting your grievances go, there will never be a problem in lack of motivation to forgive ever again. Let's begin today's extended practice period by searching your mind for those against whom you hold what you regard as major grievances. Some of these major grievances will be quite easy to find. Then think of the seemingly minor grievances you hold against those you like, or even think you love. It will quickly become apparent that there is no one whom you do not cherish grievances of some sort. This holding of grievances has left you alone in all the universe in your perception of yourself. Determine now to see all of the people that you hold a grievance against as friends. Say to them all, thinking of each one in turn as you do so, I would see you, who I held a grievance against, as my friend, that I might remember you are part of me and come to know my higher self. We will come back to this line. Spend the remainder of the practice period trying to think of yourself as completely at peace with everyone, with everything, safe in a world that protects you and loves you, and that you love in return. Try to feel safety surrounding you, hovering over you, holding you up. Try to believe, even if it's just for a moment, that nothing can harm you in any way. At the end of the practice period, you will tell yourself, love holds no grievances. When I let all my grievances go, I will know I am perfectly safe. The short practice period should include a quick application of today's idea that love holds no grievances in this form. Whatever any thought of grievance arises against anyone, physically present or not, aim this thought at it. Love holds no grievances. Let me not betray my higher self. In addition, repeat the idea, love holds no grievances, several times an hour, like this. Love holds no grievances. I would wake to my higher self by laying all of my grievances aside and awakening in God. And that is lesson 68, perhaps one of the most famous lessons we have here. It is as practical as any lesson ever gets in terms of telling you exactly what to do to deal with resentments. Here are the notes. Love holds no grievances is a contradiction of almost everything we've been taught about love through our society's ego, fear-based thought system. The ego does not know what love is. Therefore, most of our beliefs about love are upside down. Your ego believes that you are the body and the body is you. Believing the separation is a fact, it sees the world as full of lack. To the ego, you're a limited ego body in competition with other limited ego bodies. Life is a zero-sum game. For every winner, there's got to be a loser. You got to take from somebody in order to get what you want. This is the dog-eat-dog world of our fear-based society. Because of this, it's imperative for you to form alliances with others so that working together, the group will have a better chance at obtaining the limited resources that each need for their survival. You are the body is you, and with that belief, you must accept every limitation that comes with this game token you call your physical body. The world is a fearful place for your poor little meat puppet. But this belief has strange consequences when it comes to love. Rather than unconditional love, egoic love becomes conditional love at best. I'll love you as long as you fulfill your part of the bargain. Everybody's looking to have a good trade. You want to maximize what you get from the relationship and minimize its cost to you. Because love is conditional, that gives you the right to make demands on the other party. Egoic love says you have the right, need, and even perhaps the duty to fix, change, control, protect, and impress the other party because you love them. If they fail to perform to your conditions, you can withdraw your love and punish them, or demand that they fulfill their contract. I mean, after all, the woman in the relationships has got some duties, right? What a duty head idea. If all the above fail, you have the right to leave and seek a better deal. And this is all done in the name of love because you know what's really in the other party's best interest. They're too stupid to see things your way. Oh. Our ego even teaches that if you love someone, you might be required to hate others that you don't even know, because that's what love does. We're taught that we are to love our friends and hate their enemies. Because of our ego's belief in separation, our fear-based thought system teaches that you can hold a grievance against one party and that your hatred doesn't spill over into your other relationship. Shit, think about that for a second, guys. Holy cow. Because of our ego's belief in separation, our fear-based thought system teaches you that you can hold a grievance against one party and that your hatred does not spill over into your relationship with the person you love or how you treat yourself. The ego doesn't realize we're all one. You're told each person is autonomous and separate, and therefore you can pick and choose who is the recipient of your wrath. However, this could not be further from the truth. When you attack another, you attack yourself. Only those who assume they are separate bodies and vulnerable to attack believe that they can harm another. Yet by doing so, they admit, at least subconsciously, that they're vulnerable and can be hurt. The invulnerable have no need to defend themselves, nor attack another. All grievances are based on the belief in separation. If you believed you were the shared oneness of all that is, what could there be outside of yourself to attack? You can't hold a grievance against another and still hold that you're part of the one self. The concepts are mutually exclusive. When you hold a grievance against any person, place, or thing, you're secretly holding a grievance against your Creator. You cannot claim God is only love and then hate one of God's creations. As long as you believe that something has harmed you, which is why you are holding the grievance in the first place, you will believe that even a God of only love has let you down. You cannot conceive of a God being unlike yourself. The world you see is a world of perception, not a fact. Your world is a reflection of your state of mind. If you see yourself as limited and vulnerable, you will be a big egoic judging machine. Being judgmental, you will redefine your God to fit your ego's fearful image. When you hold a grievance, you've allowed your ego to rule your world. You have accepted your ego's belief that you are a separate, vulnerable body. You believe the game of separation to be your reality. Therefore, it does become your provisional reality. To hold a grievance means that you are denying that you are created by a God of love. Since your own belief in limitation has transformed a God of love into your ego's image, your world, your God, and your life will all mirror the fear and hate you harbor within your own split mind. Everybody, take a nice deep breath. We're not going to dwell in that place. Today's a good day to break the mirror of fear and hate and let yourself free. Love holds no grievances, so you don't have to suffer anymore. Let your ego's belief in separation go as we take a nice deep breath and listen to Stephanie get us ready to take this lesson deeper into ourselves than we ever have before, so that it can free us from the pain that grievances force us to suffer with.
Good morning, everybody. I invite you to find a comfortable seat.
Steph, can you move closer to your mic?
Is that better, babe?
It's just that I hear a lot of echo, sorry.
It's okay. We're going to be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better too. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right. Wherever you are right now, I invite you to come to the present moment. I invite you to do this by focusing on your breath. Wherever you are right now, focus on where your body is touching the ground beneath you. I invite you to notice how you're breathing. Try not to change how you're breathing. Just notice if you're breathing into your chest or your stomach. And on your next inhale, I invite you to take a deep belly breath, filling all the way up to your collarbone, and just trying to breathe nice and slow. Just taking 2 more deep breaths, maybe telling your mind that there's nothing else to do right now, and there is no rush. Breathe, inhaling all the way up to your collarbone. And on this last exhale, as you exhale right into the earth, allow Mother Nature to take anything away from you. Releasing your breath. And as Lee talks, just watching your breath. Go ahead, Lee.
Love holds no grievances. Today we're going to remember that we are created by love in love's image. try to remember or allow the revelation to enlighten you that when you hold on to a grievance, when you hold on to a thought that another person has harmed you or is harming you, then that means you're making that thing real. That grievance allows you to see yourself as a body and limit yourself to something that could be hurt. This is your chance to realize that the ego ruling your mind condemns the body to death. Today's the day you wake up from that need to hold on to the problem. Today you can let go of the problem no matter what they're doing. You can choose to be free of it. Today, remember that our God of love must have produced an offspring that is of love. You, the child of God, has only dreamt that you were cut off from your true self. It's aware of its likeness to the God of love. The higher self might be asleep, or you might have thought it was asleep, but it's just because the ego's yelling so loudly, and it's relatively quiet. God's not going to push his way into your mind. You have to hold the door open and quiet the screaming baby so that love can enter and change your perspective. Anybody dreaming of hatred can't not fear God. So, today, let's let go of some grievances. Let's realize how we are all truly innocent children of God, struggling to get back to God. If your brother or sister is bumbling around in the dark and they accidentally swat you in the face, it's relatively easy to forgive the mistake. And that's all that's happening. We've made some mistakes. Others have made some mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Today, if we relinquish holding on to those mistakes, we all rise above them. We all move on. So today's practice is to hold in your mind somebody that you've got a terrible grievance against, the person who's hurt you the worst, your biggest enemy. To hold that person in your mind, in the light, and say, I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are a part of me and come to know myself. So I'm going to use Billy Blank as my example person. Billy, I want to see you as my friend. I want to remember you're a part of me, and therefore come to know my true higher self. After you're done doing this with some people that you have big grievances against, think about somebody you might have just a